Under the theme, Our Health is a Shared Responsibility, staff of the Ministry of Health, Wellness and the Environment journeyed to Sandy Bay to bring gifts, Christmas cheer and spirits as part of the ministry's efforts to contribute to the rebuilding of the lives of affected residents in that community. The visit was also part of a demonstration of the love and care the ministry has for this nation's citizens given our role as health sector workers. We're here in the Sandy Bay community where the Ministry of Health, Wellness and the Environment, led by the Permanent Secretary, Mr. Louis Deschamps, came to hand over some items to persons who were affected. We're also here with the shelter manager and one of the residents who will be receiving some of the goodies that we decided to donate to the residents of Sandy Bay today. Mr. Deschamps, tell us how you feel about being here, seeing the damage and being able to offer this assistance to the community.
This is truly overwhelming, Nika. We've come here weeks after the trough passed, and we can still see the signs of what happened back then. And we are truly happy that we could come as a team from the Ministry of Health, Wellness and the Environment to offer some support to several families. This is the first one, Mr. Batiste and his wife, and we have brought stuff which would, serve them for a while because we know that there'll be need for more supplies. So we've brought a quantity of clothing and toiletries, etc., so that they could help to improve their lives, and we are very, very happy that we could do this afternoon.
Scores of staff came out with you for this venture. How difficult was it to get persons to come on board?
It wasn't at all. I sent something out to the staff and the response was great. The response was tremendous. Persons were willing from the very outset to offer their support because we understand what has happened here, and we know that there are two members of staff who are actually from Sandy Bay, but they don't live in Sandy Bay anymore. We have Grace Walters and Hepsi May. They really were the ones who actually helped to spearhead all of this, and also Simona Moses, and I want to thank them very, very much. Our members of staff have come out and they've really helped.
All right, thank you, PS. Mr. Batiste,
Yes.
You received some items from the Ministry of Health and the Permanent Secretary himself came here to hand deliver to you. How does that make you feel?
Yes, well, it's just I very appreciate and praise God that the Lord still live life in me.
Amen.
That I can still do something for help myself.
Alright, thank you so much. And now we're with the shelter manager. He is assisting us in the process in terms of going around to the different homes that were damaged and giving us a little insight into what was happening. No, just tell us a little bit, Mr. King, tell us a little bit about what's happening here.
Well, let me say on behalf of the families, thank you very much to the ministry for the quick response to the needs of the people. What has happened here is really heart-rending.
Yeah.
People lost everything, but we are thankful we have life. And we are thankful for the response of Vincentian. As I get emotional, but as the manager of the shelter, I saw people show love for us as a people in Sandy Bay. And we are very thankful for that. And as long as you have life, you can rebuild. There is hope. And
That's
we are
right.
thankful to God for life.
Amen, that's right.
All right, thank you for So we're here on site again with Miss Nanton, Denise, and this is where you formerly live. Just tell us a little bit about what happened here, where we're standing.
Yeah, well, let me just give you an experience of what take place on the. Can I do that?
Please.
Well, on the night when the rain began falling, I already did not wake up back. And then my son come and he called me and he said, "Mommy, are you not wake up yet?" I said, "Yes, we done up already." So we keep looking because right at that side, at that window, I was on the bed looking on, watching the weather what taking place. And then I called my daughter. I said, come, go see. So it's in the water already climbing up my neighbor wall. When I look where and Mapuche was, the water began to climb in. He said to me, Mommy, you ain't going and see what Kimisha and her children them doing. And by the same time,
That's another family member?
yeah, she's a mother of 3 children. And then we went round to the back at that side, and we go and we help her. And while we help her, we take out the little one and the other two at the window. But she said, I go back and see if I get something inside it. When she inside it, she have to run out. And then after she run out, wasn't too long after the building collapsed. Well, my son said, Mommy, let me go and call all them family of them to try and help him. So he go and he call his brother. They all come and they get a rope and they throw to get him out of his house. After,
You lost everything?
everything I lost in my house. Everything. So then after that he went and he called for help and he go right by Miss Anela and he said, Mommy, if we did not go at the same time to help Miss Anela, she would have drowned in the water because her face was already in the water, drinking the water. So when,
That's an old lady?
yeah, the old lady, what was there, so when he come back, I done met my way out the house, but then after I went and I get a slippers, he said, Mommy, you going to risk your life for slippers? And the same time when I get outside, the building start to collapse. So I thank God that I'm well and alive to see each other sweet.
Okay. Words of encouragement for our peers.
This is some experience for you, Miss Nanton. And we are with you in this moment of your life, with you and your children and your grandchildren. And we are happy that we have been able to come as members of staff of the Ministry of Health, Wellness and the Environment to lend some support to you, because it's a question of you now making an attempt to rebuild your life, to rebuild your family life, and to see where you go from here. But with faith in God, we know and we trust that all will be well. So we are happy that we could come here today, and we want to encourage you to keep the faith and to hold on, because you know the good Lord is going to be with you and your family all along. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for receiving us here this afternoon, and we wish you well.
The Ministry of Health notes the utter devastation and loss experienced by the families and community on a whole, and continues to stand in solidarity with them during this rebuilding process. The ministry is grateful for the support from the representative of National Mobilization, Mr. Saski Weeks, who joined the team and was able to provide some guidance to families with respect to re-entry into secondary school, among other social concerns.
And he's just going to give us 2 words.
2 words, just two. Okay, on behalf of the entire Ministry of National Mobilization, we just extending a hand to the Ministry of Health in distributing this stuff to the persons who were affected. And it was a great venture. I enjoyed giving the aid to the persons and hope we do this again. All righty.
Well, we are here and we are from the Ministry of Health, Wellness and the Environment, and we are here to give you some support. We know what you and your family went through, Mrs. Hoyt Collins, you and your children and your husband, and we want to assure you that our hearts are with you at this time. You've lost everything, and here you are trying to make an effort to rebuild your life. And you have enormous support from the Ministry of Health, Wellness and the Environment and every other ministry and all the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and the government included. And we're happy that we could come as members of the national health sector to lend you some support. We think it's very important to share what we have with you. And so today you see all these lovely people here. I want to thank them because they have come out and they have given freely, given with all their heart, so that we could share what we have with you. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
You just want to tell us a little bit about your experience.
Well, that night the rain started around about say after 10, going 11 o'clock, around that time. So I was inside the house. I wasn't really studying it that much. But then after the rain keep falling, I hear the river come down after. And when the river come down, I start looking out because I know I live near the river, so I start looking out. Then the river come down again about 3 times after. Then it start to get real heavy and high. So I'm in the house and we have some leakage in the house too because only half of the roof gas. So the other half of the galvanized, the rain keeping too much noise on the galvanized, so we keep more to the front. Then we were there, then the river come down again. So I said to my husband, we have to move from here because this river getting real high and the water almost in the yard. Then the current went. Well, when the current went, I get very, very scared. My daughter was downstairs, so I run down to call her. I bang hard on the door, and she wake up. Then I tell her to come upstairs because the river getting high, and the water is already in the yard, the back side of the yard. Then I grab my children, my baby and my son, and my daughter come up behind me, run up by my mommy. Left my husband in the house because he didn't want to move. He's stubborn. When I get more scared is when I see the bridge block. When the bridge block and the water start coming around that side. Because in 2013, my brother had a little house by the road there and the river sweep it away. Didn't leave anything. So when the bridge block, that's when I get real scared. Because I use my tablet to see outside because no current wasn't there. The current went. So we rush up by my mommy. While I was up by my mommy, my sister is who called me and tell me my house gone.
Everything
went? Well, the part in front that already cast, right, that went down. The water undermined it and it broke down on everything that was inside. Yeah, he came up behind us. Okay. Yeah, he came up behind us. So when I look out the window, it's like nothing is there. I couldn't see the front of the house.
So you pretty much have to start from scratch?
Well, the government planned to help us, like to give us a piece of land and to rebuild a house for us.
Okay, how do you feel to know that even though it's Christmas time now, you're getting all this support and love from Vincentians?
Well, I'm very thankful that everybody is helping and supporting, but I can't feel, I can't feel like if I'm in my own house, that kind of feeling, it is not there. Because I have to I'll be living by somebody else's home, so. I'm trying to settle down, even if, because of what happened, I'm still trying to settle down.
Okay.
So, I just want to say thanks to the whole of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, even people overseas who is supporting us and looking out for us. So
All the best for
thank
the
you very
Christmas
much.
season.
Thank you.
Special thanks is extended to the principal of the Sandy Bay Secondary, Mr. Brendan Child, the head teacher of the Sandy Bay Primary School, Miss Hepsy Roberts, and teacher and shelter manager, Mr. Grady King, for their roles in facilitating the coordination of the distribution of the gifts to the families.